Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, 15th day of December, 15th day of Kislev also, and now another Chanukah law for you. You may have heard of a custom, and that custom is that during that main first half hour, when the Chanukah lights are burning, that ladies don't do any malacha, any work during that time. It's not a law that's like a strict like violating Shabbos, but it's a custom that some people adhere to, that ladies don't do work during that first half hour when the candles are lit. Let's just talk about the root of that custom, and it comes from this. There was this awful decree that came from the governors of the Syrian Greeks who ruled over the Jewish area at the time of the Hanukkah story, and that was that they, how do I say this politely? They were violating the ladies, the Jewish ladies, at will. They would sometimes say that a woman before she becomes married would have to sleep with the governor, and that was some kind of made-up rule that the governors would just try to enforce. And it was obviously to us, the Jewish people, that's like heinous. It's just horrible and just horrific. And they would try to enforce this, and it's part of the many types of they were trying to crush our religion and take away our holiness and all that. So anyway, the one of the governors was after Yehudis, the daughter of the Kohen Gadol. So imagine that, the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, and his daughter, and the governor is trying to sin with her. And so what Yehudis did was she told him, well, I'll feed you some cheese. The cheese made him very thirsty, and then when he was thirsty, he needed some drink, and so she gave him some wine, all with him thinking that this is leading up to a moment when he's going to sin with her. And then when he's good and drunk and fell asleep from it, she cut off his head. And when they were able to display the head of the governor, cut off and basically executed by a woman who outsmarted him, it struck such fear into the hearts of the soldiers there that it led to them fleeing, and part of was the takeover that the Jewish people were able to pull off at that time against the Syrian Greek oppression that was over them. So she was instrumental in a very brave way in throwing off some of the yoke of the awful control that they had over the Jewish people. Well, in honor of what she accomplished there, we honor all the ladies during that first half hour of the lighting of the menorah, and we tell them that we want to just remember how amazing they were at pulling off that feat. At least Yehudis was, and we mark that by giving ladies the honor of not working during that half hour. I hope that doesn't sound funny. So your pay is you don't have to work during that. It's a custom, just a custom, and it's an honorary thing to signify forever the great role that Yehudis played in the throwing off of the yoke of the Syrian Greeks at the time of the story of Hanukkah. Hope that made sense. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.